Hello, Tarot viewers. Welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Today, we are entering the full moon in Leo, and we'll try to see what is the message with regards to Leo using the Moonology Manifestation card by Yasmin Boland. The card is entitled Go Wild. Okay, that's nice. Go Wild. And then you see a lion just in front of the moon, the full moon. Okay, let's see. Go Wild. We read from the handbook right now regarding Go Wild. It says here, there are times when your best bet in manifesting and in life is to throw all your cards up in the air, so to speak, and see how they fall. As tempting as it might be to try to control a situation, you'll be better off now if you just release and go a little wild. You'll get an answer to your question soon, so you might as well enjoy the ride. The unexpected thing is that having fun is one of the most powerful ways of manifesting your desire. Distance yourself from arrogant people. Okay, yeah. I mean, if there are negative energies around or people with negative energies around, well, especially if you are empathic, well, distance yourself from them for this moment. Wait until they have good energies already, good vibes. Now, what do we do if a person is always with negative vibes? Give them a crystal or a plant. Tell them, this is a little gift. It's something very interesting. It might look beautiful in your working table. Okay, and when they place it there slowly, the plant or the crystal will change the energy of the person, and maybe they'll start to smile a little bit more. Okay, but yeah, it's true. You need to protect yourself also. I mean, be kind to yourself. When you see there is a negative energy around, avoid it, especially when you are somebody who's very sensitive to energy and you tend to absorb them. It's also charity to other people, because if you are very empathic and you absorb the negative energy of another person, you might transfer it to other people too. Like, for example, you're very cheerful right now. You pass by somebody who's grouchy, and then later on you are also grouchy. Then you are already becoming unkind to other people. So yeah, it's good to have energy checks also. But it's like, I like the message of going wild. Sometimes uh, we get to be so in tune with the city that we no longer really feel how it is to be wild. Sometimes the simplest thing to go wild is just to remove your slippers or your shoes and just walk barefoot for a while. Especially when you are in the park or in the garden. Try removing your footwear for a while. As long as it's not cold and it's not, as long as there's no snow or ice, no. Uh, when it's normal, I mean, when it's not cold, no. Uh, Going barefoot for maybe a minute or two could help you to feel somehow be grounded again in nature and in reality. Sometimes going wild is just simply doing something that is natural, like walking barefoot. Going wild also is being spontaneous. You just sometimes just let go of all cares and just fly by the seat of your pants. Well, a very nice message for the full moon in Leo. Now let us now go to our tarot reading for the day and see what is the energy and how we can react on this energy or main energy for the day. Okay, let us now have our tarot reading and try to see what is the main energy for today. Now, this is a general energy, so it's applicable to all signs. And because it's general also, just take what resonates with you. At the same time, it's a timeless reading also. So, but whenever you find yourself watching this video, well, that is the time for you. Now, okay, let's just cut the cards, and then the main energy for today, it really jumped already. It wants to get out. It's like the full moon in Leo today. This one is growing wild. Even the cards are growing wild. They are very, very spontaneous. Okay, we have here the Queen of Cups. Okay, the Queen of Cups is somebody who is mature, very feminine. So the feminine energy is quite strong and very intuitive. Okay, you see her, she is contemplating on the cup. I feel right now that the main energy is that you are reflecting on your relationships at this time. This is what immediately came into my mind right now. You are reassessing your relationships right now. Maybe trying to see which relationships need to be given attention to. It can be family relationships, no? It can be your romantic relationship, or it can be your friendship, no? Maybe there are certain aspects that you need to give attention to. For example, maybe you are too preoccupied with a lot of other things that you no longer have certain time to certain members of the family, or maybe you no longer have time for your special someone. So today is the energy is to try to reassess your relationships. Try to see, maybe you need to give some attention, give some time to certain people who are you consider important in your life. For some of you, there might be a need for reconciliation. You know, there are different ways of saying sorry when you, for example, it's normal for us to have frictions every once in a while. I mean, we have certain encounters in life, but usually at the spur of the moment, or at the heat of the situation, we tend to explode. But then after a few moments after that, you feel sorry about it. Well, if you belong to, for example, if you are close to the person, there are many ways that you can say sorry. And when your relationship has somehow already matured, it's also easier to say sorry. Why? Because you already know the person. Like, for example, uh, if you are already very close to each other, when you explode at each other, you get angry. Usually, the immediate reaction is you will not speak. Okay, you will keep quiet. The two of you will keep quiet. No? For example, you and your husband, just as out of minor things, you exploded, and then you stop talking to each other. Then after a while, your special someone comes to you and just sits beside you quietly. They didn't say sorry, but immediately you know already that they are sorry. Well, it's up to you to open the door immediately and just embrace the person, and you don't have to say sorry also. When you do that, yeah, a simple gesture of silence, no, a silent gesture, it's already sorry. It's already saying, I'm sorry. I miss you. I want to be with you. Okay, so it's a simple thing. If, for example, a family member, you exploded, uh, you had an argument together, and you don't want to talk to it for a short while, you didn't talk to each other, and then you were in the kitchen, then this family member enters the kitchen and then just mumbles something about the weather. Hmm. It's already saying sorry. Hmm. There are many ways that people try to say sorry. Now, the important thing is when they say sorry, immediately accept it. It makes things easier. Okay, now let's try to see how this energy of reassessing your relationship will affect you today. You see, if you reassess things now, then everything will bloom today. It's like a pot of plant. All you have to do sometimes is to just to uh, cultivate a little bit the soil of the pot, and then after a few days the plant will start to bloom again. uh, when you constantly water the pot of plant, no, the plant will continue to bloom, be healthy. Every once in a while you put a small amount of fertilizer, the plant blooms. So yeah, reassessing is also trying to see how you can nurture your relationships, and when you do that, things will bloom. And yeah, fertility will come also. uh, the Empress, no? So for some of you, who knows, uh, there might be a fruit of the effort of cultivating or taking care of the relationship. For some of you, yeah, there might be a fruit of the love. It might also lead to creativity. When you are in a good disposition, then you will become more creative. And when there are two people who are of good disposition, then both of them become creative, and the world around them suddenly flourishes. So it's nice, no? Yeah, when you assess your relationship, then it it will lead to flourish. And at the same time, you'll be more comfortable, less tension, less guilt feeling, because you gave attention to something that you you keep thinking about. Okay, now this is the advice of the universe. Be the winner, okay? Give it your best, run the race, and make it to the finish line. So just give it your best in your relationships. You don't have to be perfect. People, when you love them and they love you, simple gestures of love, like maybe an even small, just a small message paste or placed in the refrigerator with a small metal clip, no, where just a small message written, and you just put it in the refrigerator with a small symbol of a heart, can already mean 1,000 things. Okay, it can already go a long way. I remember there was one thing that I read about two couples who were about to break up already, to separate already, and they were before a psychologist. No? I think it was in one of those books by the Reader's Digest. No? The psychiatrist or the psychologist asked the couple, when did you notice that you are slowly drifting away from each other? Then the husband said, when we stopped putting toothpaste on the toothbrush of each other. Because they had a ritual that whoever wakes up early in the morning, when they put the toothpaste on their toothbrush, they also put toothpaste on the toothbrush of the other partner. It's a gesture, a small gesture of love and caring. When they stopped doing that, then the relationship started going down. It was like a thermometer, you know. When you start to neglect things already, it means that your attention is no longer there. And maybe also the value that you place on that situation is already going down. Now, oftentimes it happens because there is something that triggered it. Sometimes it's just a simple thing. And when you look at it later on in the future, when you look back at it, you realize, oh, just a trivial thing. And something very precious slowly disappeared. Sometimes also the little things, the little kindness, will make a cold relationship suddenly turn warm after a certain period of time. Just like here, if you cultivate the plant or the soil near the plant, sooner or later the plant will be healthy and the flowers will start to bloom. Well, that's it for our tarot reading for today. Let us now go to the self-care tip. For our self-care tip, it's very interesting and I like it. It says here, consciously celebrating the blessings of life is part of an integrated spiritual practice. It is a form of bowing to to the mystery. Um, Below it, it says, make a list of 5 blessings in your life. Add to it once a week, and each month, take a few minutes to reflect on all the blessings you have. It reminds me of the song, when I am when I am worrying and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep. Okay. When I am worrying and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep. And I fall asleep counting my blessing. It reminds me of one article I saw about counting your blessings. Um, the person said, or the writer said, at the end of the day, think of 5 things that you can thank the Spirit for, thank God for. And he said, if you start counting at least 5 things that you can thank the Divine for, before you finish that 5 things, you start to feel better already. Maybe when you're already in number 3, like for example, thank you, Lord, somebody gave me ice cream. Okay. And then you smile, feel better already. By the time you get to number 3, you start to feel better already. It's a good practice, no? At the end of the day, one of the beautiful things I think it's very universal in all faiths, is you end the day by thanking the source of all things for the good things that have happened. And maybe even the challenges that you encounter, because you know that the challenges will make us more mature as a person. And then after the Thanksgiving, that's when we start to ask for things. So it's like appreciating that the universe has your back. At the same time, you also recognize that the universe is there to help you. So you ask also. And when you ask for things, ask and you shall receive. And then it's like already what they call manifesting. And then you sleep comfortably with trust and with faith that what you have asked will come true. But oftentimes the first part is forgotten. We forget to say thank you. When you say thank you, it's not only just showing gratitude, but actually it is helping us also, because you recognize, oh, somebody cares, somebody thinks of me, because I received these good things. So in a certain sense also, it sort of gives us that assurance that we are loved and that we are a person that is deserving of being loved. So this is the advice for us. Now let us try to see further what the handbook speaks about counting our blessings. Now, let's try to look first at the interior self-care. Okay, so it says here, this is for the mental, emotional, and physical health, the internal self-care. It says here, choosing gratitude can be a powerful self-care practice. Yeah, having that thankful spirituality, thanking people when they do good deeds, and also silently thanking people when they give us challenges. Okay, thanking the universe immediately when you receive something also. Simply telling yourself to be grateful, however, doesn't always work. Okay, let's go further. This is interesting. Okay, he said, today, give this active release exercise a try. Okay, so this is the exercise. Allow yourself 5 full minutes to lament something that is really bothering you or bringing you down. Fully indulge this emotional experience. Okay, if something is putting you down right now, giving you anxiety, making you cry, according to the advice here, indulge in it. So if you feel like crying, cry. Okay, if you are angry, express your anger in privacy. Okay, because when you express it immediately on the person concerned, afterwards you almost always feel sorry about it, and you cannot bring it back anymore because you already exploded and you already hurt somebody about it. So I guess when you are going to express your anger, express it in privacy. In privacy, okay. Find other outlets, no, and maybe afterwards, then you can talk to the person when you're no longer angry. So don't express it. Indulge in it in privacy. Okay. The next advice is inhale deeply. Okay, after you've indulged, inhale deeply. Then close your eyes and hold your breath while counting slowly to 20. It reminds me of what the advice we receive also. When you are angry at somebody, the advice, you take deep breaths and count 1 to 10. This one, they say take a deep breath and count to 20. Okay, take a deep breath and count to 20. I would like to add something there. Massage your earlobes, both earlobes, okay, while you were counting 1 to 20. And then it says here, as you do so, this one is unique. What I know is massaging your earlobes. This one is different. Okay, let's begin again on the second part. Okay, inhale deeply, then close your eyes and hold your breath while counting slowly to 20. As you do so, lightly tap your forehead, your third eye, with 2 fingers, as well as your heart with your other hand. Interesting. Okay, so this is a new approach. I used to use the earlobe only. Now maybe I'll try that also, especially when something is making you, it's not only making you feel angry, no. This one is what makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay, so you take a deep breath, count 1 to 20. Maybe you hold your breath, no, for 20 seconds, and as you do that, you tap lightly your third eye and your heart chakras. Okay. Now the third advice is, as you finally exhale, open your eyes and cease tapping. Okay, stop tapping your third eye and your heart. And then it says here, imagine your lamentation easefully leaving your body. Allow yourself to feel grateful for the physical sensation of release. Beautiful. The final, the final advice, excuse me, the final advice here, it says, look around. Using your voice, affirm out loud to yourself, today I choose gratitude. Okay, very simple, no? When you feel down, take a deep breath, count to 20, tap while you're counting to 20 and holding your breath, tap your forehead, the third eye chakra and the heart chakra together lightly only. And after the 20 counts, exhale, be aware of the release, and then affirm yourself out loud, today I choose gratitude. Simple. Now let's go to the external self-care. This is with your relationships, your community, creativity, and work. It says here, standing in fear can lead us to blame the world for our troubles. Standing in power allows us to welcome all experiences without judgment as sacred teachers. Look around at your little slice of the planet. What is it reflecting back to you? Okay. What feels challenging? What feels easeful or comfortable? What can these observations teach you? Not about the world, but about your place in it. Okay, so it's like reflecting your own corner of the sky, your own corner of the world. Well, it's interesting. I hope it was able to give you new insights as you journey through life. Thank you for the likes and comments that you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you will still come back and watch this channel. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.